it's time for a review, specifically this. This is called Layton. Actually, I have the box, which you can see. Layton Royal Essence from Parfums De Marly, which is, it looks like an old brand because it has this 1743, but it's actually a relatively modern brand inspired off of the fragrances of yesteryear from hundreds of years ago, which I think is pretty cool. So this is a very, very high-class luxury fragrance brand. I mean, look how hardcore this bottle alone is. So I really like the design. This is their logo here of the two horses. And let me first discuss this bottle just by itself. This is an extremely well-crafted bottle. This is solid and it's hefty, which I like it. It's like heavier than your average perfume bottle. I don't know if that's because it's thicker or just heavier in general, but even the cap alone is very heavy, which I like. It's a nice luxurious feeling. So, as for the fragrance itself, this Layton came out in 2016, so relatively modern fragrance, unisex, and it has a variety of very interesting ingredients. So I'll spray on my wrist and give you the rundown. So I've actually tried this before. It's really, for some reason, it reminds me of, I suppose, something I smelled when I was a kid, but that wouldn't make much sense because this perfume did not exist when I was a kid. So the opening is very kind of, I suppose, fruity, but in kind of a dry, crisp way. So the top notes are apple, lavender, bergamot, and mandarin orange, and that apple note, in my opinion, is really what grabs you. It's that hook, and I really like it. It's not like a cheap smelling apple, like shower gel or anything. It's like really, you're at like a winery and they have a pile of apples, you know, just sitting there ready to be turned into cider. But besides the apple, the citrusy note of the bergamot is also very close along with the apple. Lavender is a bit faint, and mandarin orange, the orange is nice and kind of smooth. Then it very quickly melts into the middle and base notes. The middle notes are geranium, violet, and jasmine. And those floral notes are really good for smoothing out and lightening up the fragrance. So it's not too fruity, it's not too sweet, it's just kind of nice and light. Because overall, this is a light fragrance, kind of refreshing, crisp. Then, the base notes are actually much richer and spicier. Vanilla, cardamom, sandalwood, pepper, patchouli, and guaiac wood. I would say the spice notes are readily noticeable. You know, I like it because the apple note, with its crispness, really matches the kind of tingly, spicy nature of, especially the cardamom. I would say the cardamom is the strongest base note, next to the pepper, and then I suppose the wood notes, the sandalwood and the guaiac wood. I really like this fragrance. I think it blends really, really nicely, all the notes, which is expected. I mean, these fragrance houses spend a lot of time choosing the perfect note combinations and concentrations and things like that. According to this bottle, this is an eau de parfum, with 2.5 fluid ounces. So you're getting a nice amount of fragrance here. And even though it's on the lighter side, it's more kind of a natural smelling fragrance, it's pretty long lasting. I would say kind of moderate longevity, maybe 5-ish hours, depending on, you know, everyone's different. It might last longer on some people than others, but it's very pleasant and definitely a true unisex scent. It has a little bit of the sweetness from the, not the florals, but rather the fruit notes, especially the apple, but then it's melded down, grounded by the spice notes. And I always admire spice notes, especially cardamom or pepper. You know, it adds a bit of warmth, kind of like kindling in a fire. It really adds body and personality to the fragrance. And the vanilla note and the patchouli are a bit on the weak side. Like, the vanilla's not really coming through, at least for me. It's, you know, kind of faint. But that's fine because, like I said, the cardamom is really, really delicious. The pepper, the sandalwood. So overall, it's just nice because you get this kind of fresh, crisp opening, which melts into this warm spiciness. And at the same time, it isn't too heavy, too much, too spicy. Nicely balanced. So you're really getting everything you want. You know, you got the florals, the fruits, the spices, the wood notes. So yeah, pretty much everything you could want is perfectly balanced in this fragrance. Plus, for those who like collecting perfumes or perfume bottles, this is a pretty stylish bottle. It's sleek, it has this nice engraving, it's a hefty bottle. It's just a very pleasant fragrance experience to have a Layton Royal Essence. And that's pretty much all I have to say about this particular fragrance from Parfums De Marly. If you have any opinions about this fragrance, you could always leave those down in the comment section below. If you liked the video, leave a like, maybe subscribe, and I make videos throughout the week, so stick around for those.